Good morning, students. Last class already we had seen the linear inequalities. Linear inequalities and the procedure for solving the linear inequalities and the format of writing the solution set as well as representing the solution set on the number line. And we had seen already there are two formats. One is set builder form and the other one is roster form, and only in the case of real numbers we will write the solution set in the set builder form as well as the representation on the number line. That's also you have listened, and I have given few questions to do as homework. Hope you students already solved the questions and you got the answers, right? So if you are having Avijal Publishing Company, ML Agarwal's textbook, or if you can manage the textbook from any source, already class 10, the present class 10, their exams already got over, so the textbooks are free. If you can manage one textbook, that will be better for you. You can find out more questions, you will be learning more solutions while solving all types of questions, right? And today we are going to start quadratic equations. Quadratic equations. Quadratic equations. This is also so familiar to you. Already last year we had seen quadratic equations as well as trinomial, polynomial. A polynomial of the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Ax square plus bx plus c equal to ax square plus bx plus c. That's a trinomial. When this trinomial we are equating it into 0. As already I have told you last class, when we get an equation, that means there will be an equal sign. So here also a trinomial ax square plus bx plus c, a trinomial of degree 2. When this equation is equal to 0, when we are writing, then that term is known as quadratic equation. Quadratic equation, the standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, whereas a not equal to 0. If a comes to 0 means this term normally, this whole term will becomes 0. Then that case it won't form a quadratic equation. So quadratic equation, the standard form is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. And there are different applications also for quadratic equation. We are going to see the solving part of quadratic equation. Class 9 we had seen factorization of a quadratic equation by splitting the middle term. Here there are two procedures to see the quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c, we can solve in two different methods. Both the methods we will see, and later we will find out the nature of the roots as well as the practical application. Practical application comes to the word problems of quadratic equation. So these all terms we will see in this chapter. So first of all we are going to see the roots of the quadratic equation. What do you mean by root of a quadratic equation? Root, or another name given, zeros or solution. These all are one term only. It indicates that root of a quadratic equation or zeros of a quadratic equation or solutions of a quadratic equation. It implies that if alpha is a root of the quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, if alpha is a root of the quadratic equation, if and only if a into alpha square plus b into alpha plus c comes as 0. For example, if you are having a quadratic equation x square minus 7x plus 12 equal to 0, right? X square minus 7x plus 12 equal to 0. That means while factorizing, you know to factorize this equation, we are having two numbers, x square minus 4x minus 3x plus 12 equal to 0, and finally you are getting x minus 3 into x minus 4 equal to 0. In that case, you are getting x minus 3 into x minus 4 equal to 0 means a product of two terms equating it into 0. It implies that either x equal to 3 or x equal to 4. Either x equal to 3 or x equal to 4. So this value x equal to 3 or x equal to 4. These values are known as the roots of the quadratic equation or zeros of the quadratic equation, or another name is given solutions of the quadratic equation. It implies that when we substitute the value of x in this equation, you try, when we substitute the value of this x value in this equation, that means if you are substituting 3 square minus 7 into 3 plus 12, what will you get? 9 plus 12 minus 21. Are you getting 21 minus 21 equal to 0? Equation satisfied. When we are substituting the value of x equal to 3 in the quadratic equation, x square minus 7x plus 12 equal to 0. In that equation, we are getting two values for x. Either x equal to 3 or x equal to 4. And once if you are substituting x equal to 3 in this equation, that means you are getting the left hand side 21 minus 21, that's equal to 0. So left hand side satisfied, that is equal to 0. So when we are having a value for x and that value, while substituting it in the given quadratic equation, if that value satisfies the equation means when we are substituting the value of x, if the answer comes as 0, then the particular value of x, that is known as the roots of the quadratic equation. Root of the quadratic. There are two values. As this quadratic equation is having degree 2, there will be two values for x, and both the values will satisfy. Instead of 3, substitute 4. If you are substituting 4, that means also you will get it is equal to 0 only. 4 square minus 7 into 4 plus 12. You are getting 12 plus 16. 12 plus 16 is 28. 28 minus 28. There also you are getting the value equal to 0. So both the cases, while substituting the value of x, we are getting 0. Therefore, x equal to 3 as well as x equal to 4. 3 and 4 are the roots of this quadratic equation. 3 and 4 are the roots of this quadratic equation. Clear? So that is roots of the quadratic equation. Roots, or another name is given zeros, or one more name is given solutions. Solutions of the quadratic equation. Right? Now, the application of these rules. That means, if you are having a question, the same question I can express. That means it is given that x square minus kx plus 12 equal to 0. There is an equation given, a quadratic equation given, x square minus kx plus 12 equal to 0. And given one root of the equation as one root is given as 3. Then what to do? Given that 3 is a root of the quadratic equation, x square minus kx plus 12 equal to 0. Then what we have to do? Find the value of k. Find the value of k. So how will you find out the value of k? As already I have told you, if any of the value is the root of the quadratic equation, it implies that once we are substituting the value of x, the equation will satisfy. So here given one root is 3 means we are going to substitute. So according to question, 3 square minus k into 3 plus 12 will be equal to 0. Right? 3 square means 9. 9 minus 3k plus 12 equal to 0. 12 plus 9, you will get 21. So 21 we are transposing to other side. Minus 3k equal to minus 21. You will get k equal to 7. So this is the application. This is the application of the roots of the quadratic equation. If one of the root, any one of the root is given, you can find the unknown quantity. If both the roots are given, suppose both the roots are given, then there will be two unknown quantities in the given quadratic equation. Then what will you do? You will substitute the first root, take it as the first equation, and you will substitute the second root, take it as the second equation, and both you will simplify simultaneously. Are you remembering the solving procedure of simultaneous equation last year? Last year, class 9, we have seen solving procedure of simultaneous equation in 3 different ways. Substitution method, elimination method, as well as cross multiplication method. So any of the one method you can substitute, you can apply here to find the unknown quantity of both the values. If two values are unknown given. If two values are unknown given means there will be given two roots. Then only we can find out. We will form two equations and both the equations we will solve simultaneously. Then you will get the unknown quantity. So I think quadratic equation and roots of the quadratic equation is clear to you. Quadratic equation and roots of the quadratic equation. I am going to solve one more question to find the unknown quantities. So there are two unknown quantities given. Two unknown quantities given. Both the unknown quantities you can find out. Question is 2 by 3 and minus 3. 2 by 3 and minus 3 are the roots of px square. Are the roots of px square plus 7x plus q equal to 0. As I have told you, if we are having two unknown quantities, of course both the roots will be given in the question. So both the roots given 2 by 3 as well as minus 3 are the roots of the quadratic equation px square plus 7x plus q equal to 0. It means that we are having two unknown quantities. Which are the two unknown quantities? P and Q. How can you find out the values of P and Q? We will substitute the value of x as 2 by 3 in the equation. Then you will get the first equation. Again you will substitute x as minus 3 in the equation. Then you will get the second equation. Then both the equations you will solve simultaneously. That's the procedure. That means when x equal to 2 by 3, when x equal to 2 by 3, you will get the equation p into 2 by 3 square plus 7 into 2 by 3 plus q equal to 0. So you are getting 4 by 9p plus 14 by 3 plus q equal to 0. You have to take out the LCM. So after taking out the LCM, you are getting 4p. LCM is 9. 4p plus 42 plus 9q all divided by 9 equal to 0. Right? 4p plus 42 plus 9q upon 9 equal to 0. So while taking 9 to other side, normally that term will be 0. You are getting the equation 4p plus 9q equal to minus 42. That will be your first equation. 4p plus 9q equal to minus 42. Similarly, you can find out the second equation by substituting the value of x as x equal to minus 3. The second equation, second root is given as minus 3. So you are going to substitute minus 3 again. Then x equal to minus 3. What will your equation? X equal to minus 3. You will get p into minus 3 square plus 7 into minus 3 plus q equal to 0. So you are getting 9p minus 21 plus q equal to 0. Your second equation is 9p plus q equal to 21. Have you seen both the equations? First equation 4p plus 9q equal to minus 42, and the second equation is 9p plus q equal to 21. So if you are having both the equations, you know how to solve the equations simultaneously, right? So you can take out both the equations by taking any of the coefficient as same. So the first equation you will write as 4p plus 9q equal to minus 42, equation 1. Second equation you can multiply it with 4 to make the, multiply it with the 9. 9q is given here, so you can multiply it with the 9. So you are getting 81p plus 9q equal to 189, equation 2. Now you can simplify it as the coefficient of q are same, 9 and 9, and both the sign are same, so you can subtract it. If you are subtracting, you will get 4 minus 81. You are getting minus 77p equal to minus 231 if you are subtracting. So you will get the value of p as 3. P as getting as 3. So if you got p as 3 by solving, you are getting p as 3, and then this p you can substitute in any of the equation. That means 4 into 3 plus 9q equal to minus 42. That means 9q equal to minus 42 minus 12. 9q equal to minus 54. Right? And q will be equal to minus 6. So have you seen to find out the unknown quantities in a quadratic equation? If both quantities are unknown, then of course there will be two values of the roots. The two different values of the roots will be given, and both the values of the roots we will substitute it in the equation. First value we will substitute, you will get a given equation. Again the second value you will substitute. The second value is given as minus 3. Minus 3 you will substitute, you will get the second equation. So after getting the second equation, we have three methods: elimination method, cross multiplication method, as well as substitution method. You can apply any of the one method. Any of the one method you can apply, but normally we will apply only this elimination method only we will apply. So by using elimination method, by making the coefficients of q are same, we have solved the values and we got the value of p as 3 and q as minus 6. So this is one of the application of the roots of the quadratic equation. So I think up to here it is clear to you. What is root of a quadratic equation? That means the value of x which satisfies the equation. The value of x which satisfies the quadratic. Case of polynomial also it's the same. The case of polynomial also, whatever the values of x comes, that value is known as the roots of the quadratic equation. The value of x that is known as the roots of the quadratic equation, or the value of x that is known as the roots of the polynomial. So the roots of the polynomial, if both the values are given, then there will be two unknown quantities. You can find out both the unknown quantities by substituting the values. By substituting the root value, you will get two equations, and both the equations you can solve, as well as you can find out the unknown quantity. Suppose one root only given, then of course you substitute the one root value and find out the value. Then sometimes you have to find the other root also, because quadratic equations are having two roots. So only one root is given as well as one unknown quantity is given. Of course, you can find out the value of the unknown quantity. After finding out the value of the unknown quantity, you can find out the other root also. For example, if you are taking out the another question, any other question if you are taking out, that means x square plus 7x plus k equal to 0. X square plus 7x plus k equal to 0. Find the value of k if 2 is 1 root. Find the value of k if 2 is 1 root of the quadratic equation. Of course, you know if 2 is 1 root of the quadratic equation, that means if x equal to 2, that means x equal to 2, you will get 2 square plus 7 into 2 plus k equal to 0. Right? So you are getting 4 plus 14 plus k equal to 0. So 4 plus 14, 4 plus 14, you are getting as 18. So 18 plus k equal to 0 means k will be getting as minus 18. Right? K will be getting as minus 18. By using this value, k equal to minus 18, k value you are getting as minus 18. So of course you can find out the unknown quantity and other root also. By substituting the value of k equal to minus 18, you can find out the other root also by factorization method. Factorization method we are going to see once more. Okay? So this is the case. Now we are moving into the second topic. First topic is root of the quadratic equation. Second topic, solving a quadratic equation. Solving a quadratic equation. Solving a quadratic equation. Right? We have two methods for solving the quadratic equation. Solving the quadratic equation means what? We have to find the values of x. Right? So we were finding out the values of x by factorization last year. So the first method of solving the quadratic equation is factorization method. Factorization. Factorization method we were solving out and finding the values of x. And the second method is formula method. Factorization method and the second method is formula method. So today we are going to see once more, already is familiar to you. Once more we are going to see the factorization method once more. We are going to see the factorization method. Okay? So factorization method, you know. How will you factorize the quadratic equation? By splitting the middle term. For splitting the middle term, what are the two concepts we require? That means we have to find two factors, two numbers which satisfies the general form of the quadratic equation. X square, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. That is the general form of the quadratic equation. We will find out the two numbers p and q such that p plus q will be equal to the middle term b. P plus q will be equal to the middle term b, and p into q will be equal to the product of the first and last term, AC, constants, first and last constants. So the standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. For solving by factorization method, we were splitting the middle term. For splitting the middle term, we need two values such that how can you find out the two values? By finding out two numbers which satisfies the condition. Which are the two conditions to satisfy? Finding out two numbers such that the number sum P plus Q. We are finding out the two numbers P and Q such that P plus Q will be equal to the middle term. Right? And P into Q will be equal to the product of the first and last term. For example, if we are taking out a question, 3x square minus 13x minus 10 equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. 3x square minus 13x minus 10 equal to 0. How will you find out the two numbers? We have to find out the two numbers P and Q. That procedure you have to show here. What is the sum of the two numbers getting? Sum of the two numbers is getting as minus 13. Have you seen the middle term? Middle term is minus 13. So find out the two numbers. The numbers sum should be the constant term of the middle term. So here the constant term is minus 13. So sum should be minus 13. And product will be the product of first and last. So product we are getting as minus 30. 3 into minus 10 we were getting as minus 30. So while going through the 30's factors, we can find out the two numbers, right? 30's factors, one is 1 into 30, not possible. Then 2 into 15, whether it is possible. 2 and 15, of course it is possible. Minus 15 plus 2, if you are giving, then of course you will get the sum as minus 13 and product as minus 30. So the numbers will be minus 15, plus 2. So that is the common term I have written here. We will find out the two numbers. Which are the two numbers we got here? Minus 15, plus 2, which satisfies the condition such that the sum of these two numbers should be the middle term. Sum of these two numbers should be the middle term. Minus 15 plus 2. You are getting minus 13. Sum of the two numbers. As well as the product of these two numbers will be the product of first and last term. Product of first and last term is minus 30. And you are getting product as minus 30 here. Right? So we got the two numbers. Minus 15, plus 2. And then you will substitute here. Where in the place splitting the middle term, that is our procedure, splitting the middle term. So you will substitute it in the middle part. That means 3x square minus 15x plus 2x minus 10 equal to 0. So after taking out the common factor, you are getting x minus 5 plus 2 into x minus 5 equal to 0, and you are getting there x minus 5 into 3x plus 2 equal to 0. X minus 5 into 3x plus 2 equal to 0. What is the fact? In class 8 we have seen, you had seen factorization of trinomial factorization method only. So for that we are dealing. Okay, we have word problems of quadratic equations. So for solving the word problems, after connecting the equation, we will make the standard form, then we will solve by factorization method only. So this should be also familiar to you. So the factorization method is clear to solve all the fractions first. Clear all the fractions, simplify all the terms, then make the equation in the standard form. What is our standard form? Standard form is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So we will solve all the fractional terms, all the bracket terms, everything we will simplify and we will make it in the standard form of the quadratic equation. The standard form of the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. after making it in the standard form, we will go for splitting the middle term. Splitting the middle term means we will find out the two numbers which satisfies the condition so and so. So we will split the middle term. After splitting the middle term, we will take out the common factors outside. Then you will get two factors which is equal to 0. Then apply the zero product rule. The zero product rule means either one of the product will be equal to 0. So if you are equating it into 0, you will get both the roots of the quadratic equation, x equal to 5 or x equal to minus 2 upon 3. X equal to 5 or x equal to minus 2 upon 3. So this is the solving part of the criteria. Criteria means clear all the fractions, simplify all the brackets, and then bring it into the standard form of the quadratic equation. Then we will follow the procedure splitting the middle term. After splitting the middle term, we will apply the zero product rule after taking out the common factors. We are getting two factors. Then we will apply the zero product rule, equate it into 0, you will get both the roots of the quadratic equation. For example, if you are having a question, you can solve it. Formula method we will see in the next class. Formula method is very important at Geo. Formula method we will see in the next class. Okay. So if you are having a question given 7x plus 1 upon 7x plus 5 equal to 3x plus 1 upon 5x plus 1. As here if you see, you can see that it is not in the standard form given. That's what I told you. Clear all the fractions. Clear all the fractions. So for clearing the fractions here, you have to cross multiply the term. So we are going to cross multiply it. 7x plus 1 into 5x plus 1 is equal to 3x plus 1 into 7x plus 5. 3x plus 1 into 7x plus 5. Right? So after taking out the product, you are getting 35x square plus 7x plus 5x plus 1. 35. 7 5s are 35x square plus 7x plus 5x plus 1 is equal to 21x square plus 15x plus 7x plus 5. That is simplification. Clear all the fractions, simplify the term. Then the third procedure is make it into the standard form of the quadratic equation. Make it into the standard form of the quadratic equation. That means we are taking out all the terms to LHS side. 35x square minus 21x square, 7 plus 5, 12x, 15 plus 7, minus 22x plus 1 minus 5 equal to 0. Right? Then after simplification, what will you get? 14x square minus 10x minus 4 equal to 0. If you want, you can make it into smaller also, because there is a common factor here, which is a common factor 2. So you can make it into simpler. 7x square minus 5x minus 2 equal to 0. Are you getting two factors for this? Now we go to the standard form of the quadratic equation. The standard form of the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. That's the procedure which I have told you. But the procedure to follow, clear out all the fractions. After clearing all the fractions, simplify the term and bring it into the standard form. Standard form we have brought it ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. After making it into the standard form, then what to do? Split the middle term. Now this question you can solve. just to solve and find out the answer. Okay, this question after solving you will get, because sum is -5, product is -14. -14 means 7 and 2 only. Two factors only. One is 1 and 14. Two groups of factors only. 1 and 14. That's not possible here. The second term is 7 and 2. So if you are allotting the number 7x square minus 7x plus 2x minus 2 equal to 0. After simplification you will get, taking out the common factor, you will get the roots of the quadratic equation. So concept is clear. Today's concept is clear, I think. Okay. So this is only today we will deal. And the next class, very important topic, formula method. So for solving the formula method, you will be thorough with one of the term. One of the term means, I think in class 8 you have studied the long division method of finding the square root of a number. So you know, we have some perfect numbers, 49, 64, 121, 225. Clearly we are having the square root. Rather than that, if you are having under root 105, under root 105, you know to take out the square root of under root 5, 105 by long division method. If you are not familiar, in your free time, just you have to revise and clear the term. Because the next class, this procedure, long division method by finding out square root by long division method, that is very necessary to you, important to you. So you have to be familiar with that. So just go through it, revise it and find out the long division method procedure. Okay. Then only we can follow that long division method and simplify the value. Alright. So for the today's work. Now suppose you are having one more question I can show you. You are having some root terms given here. 2x minus 3 is equal to under root 2x plus 21. Here you can see a square root given. You can see a square root given. So such a type of question, first of all you have to remove the square root. How can you remove the square root? We can remove the square root by squaring both sides. So we will square both sides. That means you are getting 2x minus 3 the whole square is equal to 2x square minus 2x plus 21. 2x square minus 2x plus 21. Right? So then you will simplify it. This is a minus b whole square. A minus b whole square. So you will get 4x square plus 9 minus 12x is equal to 2x square. 2x square minus 12x plus 2x minus 10x plus 9 minus 21 minus 12 equal to 0. Standard form we got. After getting the standard form, the same procedure we will follow. So, what type of questions comes? If any square root comes, any fractional terms comes, any decimal terms comes, any bracket comes, all these cases, simplify first. Clear the fractions, simplify all the terms. After bringing it into the standard form, here again you can make it into smaller. You will get it as x square minus 5x minus 6 equal to 0. Right? Got it in the standard form. Both are correct. Either you can factorize from here, there also you will get the value, or you can factorize. But most probably we are solving, we are simplifying. After getting the equation in the simplified form only, we will factorize. Okay? So any of the procedure you can, any of the term you can take either this one, and then only we will apply the procedure, splitting the middle term and finding out the factors of the numbers. Then equate it into zero product rule. Apply zero product rule, equate it into 0. Then find the value of x. Okay, so that's the procedure. That's what I told. If we are finding out the questions, different types of questions will be there related with the quadratic equation. So solve the equation means first of all you have to bring it into the standard form of the quadratic equation by simplification, by clearing all the fractions, by removing all the brackets, by taking out all the terms into one side and the other side equate it into 0. Then only you will get the standard form. So after bringing it in the standard form, you can simplify by using the factorization method. Okay, concept is clear, I think. So this is the concept for you today, but tomorrow, the next class, once you come, please all of you be very thorough with the long division method of finding the square root. If you are having class 8 textbook, it's very clearly given here. Long division method. Finding the square root by long division method. So please be thorough with the method. Then only we will be able to solve the second procedure. Second method is formula method, and that's very important for you. So important for you. Questions, of course, questions will be there from formula method. So you should be very thorough with the long division method by the time. Okay. So for today's work, I can give you some homeworks. I think you are waiting for last class homeworks answers. Linear equations homeworks I had given already, and I didn't mention the answers of the homeworks. The first question answer is, that is the roster form you have to write -2, -1, 0, 1. This is the answer of the first question, and the corresponding you know how to represent it on the number line. And second question, the answer as x belongs to real numbers, it should be in the set builder form. X belongs to r, comma, -9/2 less than x less than 1. And here the representation of number line. The representation of number line also, -4.5 means at least you have to start with -6, -5, then -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. So -4.5 is not included. So -4.5 you have to mention here up to 1. This whole portion. This is the representation on the number line. This whole portion you have to shade also. Representation on the number line. And the third question answer you are getting. Third question answer is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the fourth question answer you are getting set 1, 2, 3 as it belongs to natural numbers. And fifth question, again the set of real numbers. So it will be in the set builder form. 1.6 less than or equal to x less than 3. Listen, where it is included, where it is excluded, that you have to mention. And the sixth question, that is also x belongs to real numbers only given. So the set of all x belongs to real numbers. -4 less than x less than or equal to 5. So these were the answers of last class homework questions. If you have solved, you can go through it and find out whether your answers are correct or not. Okay? Find out whether your answers are correct or not. Just you have to. If you are having the textbook, no problem. The answers are given in the textbook. You can tally it with your textbook. Right. Now, for today, I am giving few homeworks. Okay? Just to solve it and find out the answers. Not hard. Question number 1. If -a is a root of the solution, if it is a root of the equation, x square plus 3ax plus k equal to 0. Find k. Find k. And the answer is 2a square. You can write the answer. Answer is 2a square. So that you can tally it. Okay. And the second question. If 2 and 3, if 2 and 3 are roots of the equation, are roots of the equation, 3x square minus 2mx plus 2n equal to 0. Find m and n. Find m and n. Answers are m equal to 15 by 2 and 9. n equal to 9. Then the third question. If one root of the quadratic equation, if one root of the quadratic equation, one root of the quadratic equation minus x equal to 0 is 2. One root is 2. Then find k and also find the other root. Also find the other root. Find the other root. So k value you are getting k equal to minus 1 and other root is getting as minus 3 by 2. K is minus 1 and other root is minus 3 by 2. Okay? Alright. Okay students, please note down the questions. Please note down the questions. Right? Please note down the questions and do it for next class. Today itself you do it as homework, then only it will be clear to you, and be thorough with the factorization method. And next class we will see the next class we will see the next procedure. All right? Okay.